Before the legends, before the Super Bowls, before the iconic stadiums, there was one player, the very first. But who was he? And how did he shape American football as we know it today? Imagine stepping onto the field for the very first time. No helmets, no padding, just raw courage. This wasn't the football we know today, but it was the start of something legendary. But here's the twist. This wasn't just any game, and he wasn't just any player. American football's first star wasn't fighting for fame or money. He was fighting to create a sport, a vision. Our story begins over 150 years ago, on a cold, foggy day. Before the stadium lights, the cheering crowds, and the billion-dollar industry, there were just two men who changed everything. One had a vision, the other had the courage to step onto the field and make that vision a reality. Today, we are going back to the roots of American football to meet two men who defined the sport. Walter Camp, the mastermind who created it, and William Pudge Heffelfinger, the first player to ever play it for money. Let's start with Walter Camp. Today, they call him the father of American football. But back then, he was just a college student at Yale with big ideas. He saw something in the chaotic rugby-like game that could be transformed. Camp invented the line of scrimmage, introduced downs, and even brought the concept of the quarterback to life. These weren't just tweaks. They completely changed the game. By the time he was done, football had become faster, strategic, and a whole lot more exciting. But here's the twist. Walter Camp didn't create these rules for fame or money. He was passionate about giving players a better game, one where strategy and teamwork reigned over brute strength. But even with Camp's rules, the game was missing something, a player who could turn it into a spectacle. Enter William Pudge Heffelfinger, a Yale star with a reputation for being unstoppable on the field. In 1892, Heffelfinger made history, not by just playing, but by being the first person ever paid to play football. For $500, a small fortune back then, he stepped onto the field for the Allegheny Athletic Association. This moment wasn't just the birth of pro football, it was a hint of the massive sports culture that would follow. They paid him in secret, sneaking his name into a ledger to keep the deal under wraps. And when Pudge played, he dominated. People couldn't believe what they were seeing, a game-changing athlete being paid to turn the field into his own battlefield. So, who was the first player in American football? It's not a straightforward answer. Walter Camp made the game possible, but it was William Heffelfinger who took it to the next level. Together, they transformed football from a chaotic pastime into the strategic, thrilling, and professional sport we know today. From the smoky fields of 19th century America to the roaring stadiums of the modern NFL, the sport owes its legacy to these two men who dared to imagine and then play the game in a way no one had seen before. If you love football, you're watching their dream in motion. And it all started with a creator and a player.